Hello guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to this channel today. If you are a returning subscriber, I would like to say a big thank you for being a part of the family. If you are also joining us for the first time, I would like you to subscribe to join this family. Also hit on the notification bell so that you get notified of any new video. So for today's tutorial, we're making these short pants with waistband. It's a very simple tutorial and it's beginners friendly. So you'll be needing about 1.5 yards or 2 yards of fabric depending on your body size. So let's get straight to the tutorial. So I folded my body measurements with extra 4 or 6 inches to be on the safe side. So from the edge of my fabric, I'm marking my waistline, just a straight line across. The camera wasn't capturing it, but it's just a straight line from the edge of your fabric. So from there, I've taken out my 2 inches for my band. 2 inches for my band, as you can see. Take out your 2 inches for your band. From there, you mark 8 inches for my hip line. From the waistline to my hip is 8 inches. So next I'm going to be marking is my crotch depth. To get your crotch depth, just sit on a flat surface and measure from your waist down to where your bum ends on the surface. You get your crotch depth. So that's my hip line and my crotch line. So next I'm going to be marking is my thigh line. So I just came down by 3 inches from my crotch to get my thigh. So I'm also marking my thigh line across the entire fabric. So after doing that, next I'm going to be doing is to go in by 3 inches. Go in by 3 inches from my hip line and up the crotch line. Just go in by 3 inches. And I'm connecting it to give me a straight line to join the waistline there. So I've connected my crotch, my hip and my waistline together by a straight line. So from there I came up by 1.5 inches and I created a curve right there. So I'm placing my hip measurements. My hip is 44 divided by 4 will give me 11 plus extra 1 inch for that. That's 12. So I've marked my hip and I'm marking the same measurements on the crotch and on the thigh line. Take note, I've marked the 12 inches on the waist, the hip, the crotch and on the thigh line. I've also created the straight line there to meet the waist. So next I'm going to be doing is to mark my waist measurement. My waist measurement is 40 divided by 4 is 10 plus extra 1 inch and I'm marking it there. So I'm connecting the waist and the hip together to give me a slant there. So next I'm doing is I'm marking the full length of the short. I'm marking the full length at 22 inches plus extra 2 inches for my folding, but remember I've already taken out 2 inches for the band, so that's 22 plus that one will give me 24. So on the crush, I'm going to be marking half of my, so I'm going to be marking the midpoint of the entire crush. So the midpoint of the entire crush, I'm marking it right there, and I'll do the same on the thigh and the hip. So after taking the midpoint, I'm going to mark half of my thigh on both sides of the midpoint. My thigh is 28 divided by 2 is 14, so I'm marking 7 on one side, 7 on the other side. And my knee line, remember, is a short, so the last measurement for the short is the knee, so my knee line divided by 2, I will mark half on the left side and half on the right side. So that's what I'm doing right now, marking my knee, half of my knee on one side and the other half on the other side. So after taking these measurements, I decided to add extra 1 inch for folding allowance, just to be on the safe side. I added extra 1 inch to the full length of the short. So that's my 1 inch right there, and I'm going to cut it out. So I'm cutting the waist, I'm cutting the sides, so I'm cutting the full length and the allowance, and I'm cutting the front and the crush part. So cutting the inner thighs. So after cutting those out, this is now our front piece. So on that line, I'll take my darts from there, 1/2 inch on both sides of that line, and I'll connect. I'll also take downwards. I'm taking a dart of 4 inches depth before connecting to the 1/2 inch I marked. So this is where I'm going to be picking my darts from that midpoint there. So that's all for the front part. Once we've cut the front part, getting the back piece is very easy. Just pay close attention to how I'm going to use the front piece to cut the back piece. So just make sure you fold extra fabric. The fabric should be having enough at the top and the sides. So from the center front of the front piece, we are marking 2 inches upwards. 2 inches upwards. Remember, this is the back piece, so it has to cover our bum at the back. So we have to go up by 2 inches there and connect it to the sides on the waist line. This will make sure that your pants or your trouser covers your butt. So on the crotch side, we're adding extra 2 inches as well. We're adding 2 inches all through. So that's the extra 2 inches there. Then on the front part, go down on the back by 1/2 inch. Go down a bit by 1/2 inch there. You can see what I'm doing right there. Just go down by 1/2 inch before marking your 2 inches. Then continue adding the 2 inches till you get to the full length. So I'm marking the 2 inches all through and just straighten it with the ruler. So there you have it. This is just all we need to do to get our back piece. So cutting the back piece is very easy, right? Very easy, like a piece of cake. So I'm cutting the waist, the sides. And we are done, guys. So we'll have our front piece and our back piece as well. So all we have to do is just to stitch the front like this, the front part by 1/2 inch. Also do the same on the back piece, also by 1/2 inch all the way through. So I'm going to stitch it now. So I'm done stitching the front and the back piece together, and I've also taken the dart right there. So you can see the 1/2 inch I used to stitch it, and that's the dart. I've taken the darts on both sides. So this is the back piece. This is the front and the back piece together now. So the work is almost done. So what I'm going to be doing is to take the midpoint of the front piece and the back piece together. Please guys, make sure they align at that center as you can see what I'm doing, make sure they are facing each other, then pin them together. Pin together from that point. You see, it's going to be equal. Once you pin from that point, it's going to be equal. You will not have any excess on any side. So I'm doing the same on the sides. If you notice, you notice that they are not equal because the back is bigger than the front piece from our measurements. So you have to drag the front to meet the back piece. You can see they are also equal at the sides. So we just need to pin it down before taking it to the sewing machine to stitch all the way through. So start from there, sew it by 1/2 inch till you get to the end. Do the same thing on the sides. So but this short is going to be having a corner zip, so I left a space there about 5 or 6 inches for the space for our zip. As you can see, I'm going to be fixing this zip right there on the sides. So after fixing the zip, you just hem. If you want to interlock, then you just fold it once and stitch. Or if you are not going to be interlocking it, you have to fold it twice before stitching. So after that, we are going to be marking the waist circumference. Put your tape at one edge and measure it through to the other end to get your measurement for your waist, which we are going to be using to cut our band. So you can see I have 35 there, 35 inches for the waist. So this is our band. Just cut any straight fabric, cut out a straight fabric, measuring, remember, 2 inches here, 2 inches width, and 35, but I'm adding extra to 3 inches for folding the band inwards. So just iron the gum stay to this band, and this is me fixing the band. I didn't capture the beginning, but just fix it to the waist that we measured and top stitch. Then you go over to fix your zipper. After that, you hem the full length of the shirt. Fold it in by 1/2 inch and fold it again to get your hemming. So guys, this is the finished look. The very simple and easy to sew, right? Thanks for watching. Please, if this video has helped you in any way, remember to subscribe, like, drop your comments, share with friends and family. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all for your support. Thank you so much. Bye bye. See you on my next video. Remember to spread love. Bye guys.